All right, so let's go ahead and I've got some more time. We'll get into some more questions on all things Social Security and trying out a new system here, and we'll see if I mess it up too much. But if you've got any questions on all things Social Security, I just did a live Q&A where I talked about the Social Security Trust Fund and the fact that it's going to be running out here and unfortunately way too soon, about 2034, and there's going to be a cut in benefits by about 19%. But I had a lot of questions at that time, and we want to see if we've got any other questions out there. Hey, I got Cherry and hi. Let's see, Diane. Hey, hi. How we doing? All right. So this is just an informal live Q&A on all things Social Security. So if you got any questions, make sure you type them up in there. And let's see what we got. Let's see. Okay, first one. I'm on SSI at 57. Will I get a CDR? Will be 58 in January. It really depends of when your cycle is. When you're first approved for disability benefits, they they kind of let you know whether you're on the 1-year cycle, a 5-year cycle, 10-year cycle, or whatever the case may be. But as I always say with CDRs, even if you are up for a CDR, a continuing disability review this year, doesn't matter. If your particular office doesn't have the money to do that, then you won't get it. So basically, Congress allocates a certain amount of money to Social Security throughout the country, and then they break it up to different offices. So if your particular office doesn't have the money to do that continuing disability review, even if you're up for it, they won't do it. So super long story short, don't sweat it. It's not you. You might get it, you might not get it. It's not because of your disability, because you did this, that, or the other. They just might not have the money to do it. So as I always say, if you get it, then address it. You can go onto my website and it has all the details about the CDR and kind of ways to, work that system. So make sure you're getting all the benefits and there's appeal rights and all the rest of it. Let's see, Pamela, could a person withdraw all Social Security payments at once? Pretty much the only time you can do that is if if you're looking to withdraw your application, you can withdraw your application within 12 months. You file for a new claim and then you decide, okay, oops, I shouldn't have filed this early. I should wait until I'm, full retirement age or 70 or whatever the case may be. You go back to work. Then within 12 months, you can withdraw your application. And so you tell Social Security, I want to withdraw my application, and nothing is done until they get the money. Until you actually pay them back all that money, then your claim is still active. So that's about the only time you can do that. And I guess if you, eventually, I don't think of anybody after receiving benefits over, I don't think of anybody's do that. I'm sure there's some type of legal something that you could do that, but yeah, nobody does it after a year. Let's see, do survivor benefits also increase if I wait until 70? No. I have not filed. My husband had not filed when he passed away. He was 61. So he had not filed when he passed away you will get the full benefit amount because he wasn't receiving early retirement or anything. So the survivor benefits will increase up until your full retirement age. And it's different. It's different. The full retirement age for survivor benefits is usually 3-4 months before the regular full retirement age. So a lot of people miss that and they think they're like they're 67. They think their full retirement age for survivor benefits is 67. It's a little bit different because remember, you can collect survivor benefits as early as 60. That's why the full retirement age for survivor benefits is a little bit different. But your benefits for survivor benefits will tap out when you hit full retirement age. I read that FERS will be discontinued in January. Is that for present recipients, or won't they accept new one? FERS will be so that means all the retired federal employees out there will be homeless. No, I don't. I don't think so. Yeah, no, I'm not sure, not sure where you got that one. But FERS, yeah, got millions of retired federal employees, military included. So that means they will stop getting their benefits. Yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. George, I turned 65 in 2 days. I'm on SSI and SSDI. I know I'll lose the Medicaid. What do I need to do to keep SSI? Thank you so much, George. All right, so you're going to be 65 in 2 days. So you're going to, well, not necessarily. You think possibly because you're going to switch to Medicare that you're going to lose Medicaid. No, you can. There's millions of people that have Medicare and Medicaid. So you can have both. So your Medicare will start if you're receiving SSDI. Well, if you're receiving SSDI, you've already been receiving Medicare for a while. If you have been receiving benefits SSDI for 2 years, because remember your Medicare starts after 2 years, so you're already receiving Medicare. So being 65 won't affect your Medicaid or anything unless you got some extra money. Then that's going to stop your SSI or Medicaid. But turning 65 for you, not relevant. Even if you were approved last month for started Medicare, it's not going to affect it. You're going to continue to get Medicaid unless there's the type of financial issues you're talking about. But if you're 65 and you're on SSDI and you've had Medicare for a while, in most states, the only thing you could have received was an Advantage plan, a Medicare Advantage plan. So that's one thing you need to definitely check out. Because you have a Medicare Advantage plan, in most states, if you're under 65, the only thing you can get is a Medicare Advantage plan. So, but now that you're 65, if you're interested in getting a Medicare supplement plan, you can get one. But in your particular case, if you have Medicaid, then you can't get a Medicare supplement plan. But for those people out there that are getting to be 65 and they're on SSDI and they can, they have the budget for a Medicare as supplement plan, they can get it. So there's that. All right. Michael, I called both my senators today and told them to remove the FICA cap if any they wanted my vote. Everyone, please do the same for all our sake. Yes, 100%. Absolutely. I'm having a problem. I've got a new system here, so I'm not able to show my, the questions. So, but I'll answer questions for a little bit more, trying to figure out this new system. If a person has 34 credits and 63 and getting SSI, can they get SSDI or more? No, you have to have 40 credits. If you're became disabled young, you don't necessarily have to have the 40 credits, but you're 63. So no, if you only got 34 credits, then unfortunately you're not going to be able to get SSDI. So I'm 67 on private disability. On SS, can I collect spousal? He's 64. On private, so you're not receiving Social Security disability, you're on some other type of disability. Yeah, you can collect spouse benefits. He has to be receiving benefits on his own record, and your benefit amount has to be less than half of that person's benefit amount. So let's see. I was in the USMC Reserves, the United States Marine Corps, URA, 4 years, and the Army Reserves for 2 years. Retread, huh? Okay. Could this affect anything having to do with benefits? No, if you're in reserves, no. If you're anytime active duty, then possibly for a year or longer, but yeah, you had to be on active duty. So my husband is 64 and took his SSI at 62. And can he get any kind of insurance other than the marketplace insurance? Husband is 64 and took his SSI at 62. So if he's insured for Medicare, then he can get Medicare once he is turned 65. But if he's receiving SSI, he should be receiving Medicaid. Receiving SSI, the welfare-based program, supplemental security income. If you mean SSI being SSI, supplemental security income. If he's receiving SSI, that is a welfare-based program, and being on SSI makes you categorically eligible for Medicaid, so he can get Medicaid. But if you mean just regular Social Security, not SSI, then he has to wait until he's 65 to get Medicare. Let's see. I receive survivor's Social Security on the 3rd each month. When will I get the stimulus check? Yeah, no stimulus checks coming. So a lot of talk about it, a lot of stuff in social media world out there about Social Security. Yeah, no, it's no, sorry. The Doge dividend and all that all these social media people are talking about. No, yeah, it's just all talk. My wife is in a facility. I hired a lawyer who got her on Medicaid that pays the majority of the costs of the facility. Is there a chance she could lose Medicaid? Well, there's always a chance. They're, talking about cutting close to $800 billion. The Senate version, decided that, the people, those are vulnerable populations aren't feeling enough pain. So they decided to double down and, kick more people off Medicaid, which essentially, so, but hopefully not. Reach out to your politicians and, yeah, make sure that, that doesn't happen. Extra time. Thank you for your generosity and your sharing of knowledge. Thank you. Appreciate it. And one day I'll figure out all this and I'll be able to, yeah, it's not going very well today. At least I'm able to answer questions, but I don't have all the bells and whistles. So hopefully y'all don't mind. He has to be collecting. He's still working. Yes. That is, so you're asking about a spouse. You're collecting benefits on your current spouse. So if you're currently married, you have to start benefits on your record, and then you can file for spouse benefits on your spouse's record, but that person currently has to be receiving benefits. There is an exception that a lot of people confuse this with. It's called independently entitled divorce spouse benefits. Long name. It's basically if you're looking at a divorced spouse, your divorced spouse doesn't have to be receiving benefits. They just have to be basically eligible at 62 years old, and you had to be divorced for 2 years. So, is this the second show today? Yes, I'm trying to move over to a new system, and it's not working out too well. But I figured I answer some questions here. Do people receive survivor benefits only, or can I receive both? Okay, technically both, but not in reality. So if you're eligible for let's say $2,000 from survivor benefits, but you're also eligible, for $1,000 on your own record. So you'll receive $1,000 on your own record plus the difference. So you're thinking that, okay, I'm eligible for $2,000 for survivor benefits and I already receive $1,000 on my own, so I should be able to receive $3,000. I have, unfortunately, when I took claims, survivor claims, I had to break the news to people and it was devastating. Their budget was all messed up. How it actually goes is you continue to receive your $1,000, and because you're entitled to $2,000 from that person, you get your $1,000 plus $1,000, the difference. So one day you're getting $3,000 coming into the house, and the next day you're only getting $2,000 coming into the house. So, Deborah, thank you. Deborah says, keep up the good work and a $5 donation. Appreciate it. I'll take that $5 and hire someone that help me figure out this computer system. Let's see here. Laura, you qualify for Social Security at 66 and 10 months. Can you still apply for disability as well? Anytime basically before your full retirement age, you can apply for disability benefits. All disability benefits end once you hit your full retirement age. So nobody in the country is receiving disability benefits after their full retirement age. It's basically, it switches to regular retirement benefits. You still get the same check. A lot of people don't even realize it, but hey, no more CDRs, no more work limitations, and all the rest of it. So it's a beautiful thing. I turned 65 in August and I have Medicaid. Once I'm on Medicare, do I need Advantage plan or not? You don't necessarily, need it. A lot of people get it because there's extra benefits in there, particularly if you have Medicaid. So if you have Medicaid and Medicare, you're called what's called dual eligible. So you get a Medicare Advantage dual eligible plan if there's one available in your area, which I'm sure there is. And you just might be able to get some extra benefits. And those are the ones that you see advertised kind of in a scammy way. They are really a reality, but they're advertised in a kind of I don't like the way they're advertised. Because they take the best one in the country and they advertise it to everybody. And then you call them up and say, oh, are you living in Paris, Texas? No, I don't live in Paris, Texas. Well, sorry, you can't get that one, but I've got another deal for you. So you might have a Medicare Advantage dual eligible plan available in your area. So you can reach out to Chapter, give them a call and say, hey, any of those awesome ones available in my area so I can get one of those grocery cards, an extra $100, $200, $300 a month, whatever's available in your area. So Shady Vista, did you go to MCRD San Diego? What year? You look about my age. Yes, in 1982, right after I graduated high school in 1982, I went to MCRD, the 3rd Battalion. Yep, oorah, oorah, oorah. So I was the guy doing extra push-ups and yeah. Do you mean that the government canceled Medicaid for all? No. I certainly hope they don't cancel Medicaid for everybody. They're definitely trying to kick as many people off it as possibly can. That's a fact. Can a person make up 6 credits to make it 40? And on SSI, what can they do? You can get 4 credits a year. And you don't have to work. So you basically, what is it? The credit is, I forget what the credit is, about 1,000 or so. I got my little cheat sheet. What it is this year, a quarter coverage for this year is $1,810, $1,810. So let's say $2,000. So if you make 2468, if you make close to $8,000 on January 1st, you get your 4 quarters. So you just have, whether you make it the entire year, one day, it doesn't matter. If you make $8,000 on January 1st, you got your 4 quarters. But Social Security says, okay, congratulations, you now have your 40 quarters, but you can't use that quarter until that quarter starts. So even though you've earned 40 quarters in January, that 4th quarter can't be assigned to you until the beginning of the 4th quarter on October 1st. So let's see here. Got some other question. Do you, let's see, shared, I turned 65 in August and I have Medicaid. Oh, already answered that one. Thank you, because my 10 months will be up next March and 26. Okay, the full retirement age, perfect. Are there specific codes for survivor benefits? Specific codes? No, not necessarily. You have to be, there's specific qualifications. You have to be married. If it's a divorce type situation, you had to be married to the person for 10 years or longer. If you were married to the person when they passed away, then you had to be married to the person for at least 9 months when they passed away. There is an exception if you're active duty military and the person passed away in the line of duty, or if it was an accident. So, Greg, what are we testing? Well, I'm testing the new system, and obviously I can't show my, I've messed it all up, but at least I'm here, so. All right. I just wanted to pop in here, test out the new system here. I've messed it up a little bit, but let's go to 2 more questions and then we'll call it a day. And I will be back again tomorrow and do a regular video. Hopefully the technical part works better. And then I'll answer a whole bunch more questions. Does your pay stay the same when you're on disability, when you have to go regular Social Security? Yes, it does. So a lot of people miss that, and because they miss that, they lose out on money that could help them. So there's a lot of people out there that say, you know, hey, I'm 67, 68, 77, 87 years old and I'm on disability. No, you're not. You're on regular retirement benefits. And how they mess themselves up is they say, well, I had a friend that offered me a job and it was just, you know, sitting down at her store and, you know, easy, I could do it, but I don't want to mess up my disability. Um, you know, I'm 77 years old. No, you're not on disability. You're on regular retirement benefits. And because you're on regular retirement benefits, you can make $1 billion a month and it doesn't matter at all. So, and don't stress the CDRs, the continuing disability reviews anymore, because you're not on disability. You're on regular retirement benefits. So, all right. Someone says you look great, so video is great. Yeah, just usually I show the questions and stuff like that, but that's not working right now. But I will go back into my little cave and see if I can fix it. All right, that'll be it for today. Like I said, if you got any other questions, please cut and paste them. And remember, on my YouTube channel, on my website, mygovexpert.com, you can see on the bottom left, it has a little thing you can click and record a video. And I always answer those questions. So if you record a video tonight, I will answer it in tomorrow's video. So you can record it tonight or early tomorrow, and I will answer your question in my my video tomorrow night. 3 o'clock West Coast time, 6 o'clock East Coast time. And y'all have yourself an awesome night, and we'll